Oak Cliff Princess in the building. What's up?
What's up? How
you doing?
Hello. How's everybody doing? Good?
Yo, so I was creeping on your Instagram earlier. You was on 97.9 The Beat. First Latina to do that, right?
Yes, I am.
How did that go? Like,
Um, so I performed here in Dallas recently at Trees, and it was a full show. Also, shout out to Tay Money for having me. So because of that show, my performance was such a success. The guy from 97.9, Space Boy, was like, I need you at the show. I was like, wow, I'm gonna be there. So when we got there, he's like, do you know that you're like the only and the first Latin artist to be here and interviewed? So that was very special to me.
yo, that's insane. Especially since they've been around for so long. Like, you're the first Latina to ever be on the show.
Yes.
That's amazing.
And you know, I started making music, actually recording in 2020. So to see the growth means a lot.
Yeah, that's amazing. That also leads me into my first question. What started, or when did it start? Like, your passion for music? Like, what age? Was it like?
So
you're sitting in your
music
room?
has always been like in my heart, but for sure, when I realized this is what I want to do when I grow up, around the age 8 and 9. Yeah, but
Word. So what were you listening to at 8 or 9? Were you doing like Selena, Spice Girls? You was in there like, spice up your life. And you were like, yeah, I'm going to be a singer.
I was never really into the Spice Girls, but
Neither was I.
definitely Selena.
For sure. So what were your favorite artists that influenced you?
So I like really powerful artists like Selena, Jenny Rivera, Winnie Houston, Michael Jackson. I really like to study artists that not only they're singer, but they also have more to them. Like they're either producer, performer, something else besides just being the face.
Okay. Well, tell me a little bit about your process. Like how you come up, like how are you structuring your songs and how you come up with your ideas?
Yes. So actually, before I got here, I was writing a Spanish song, and it was a challenge because I'm so used to writing English. But now I'm working on a Spanish project, so they're like, hey, like you're a writer, so we need you to write in Spanish. So my process is I first come up with the melody, and then from the melody, I build off the lyrics. And then from there, I'm like, okay, what do I want to talk about? Do I want to talk about my recent heartbreak, or do I want to talk about me being a powerful woman? So I kind of go from there and decide.
So, as far as like concepts for your music, like you're saying, a recent heartbreak, is that usually where you go? Is there a specific like mood that you usually go for when you come up with your music?
Yes, I've gone through so much that I feel like it's relatable. So I always try to be like, what am I feeling that people feeling too? So right now it's like, you know what? No, it's summer. So I'm not gonna talk about the heartbreak. I'm gonna talk about being that powerful woman, getting over it. Thank you, next.
Okay. So when did I guess when you feel like this was it, like this was gonna be life. This was gonna be the serious career, like I'm gonna be a singer, performing artist, like for the rest of my life.
When I realized, like for sure,
Where were you when you realized that? Like, were you in the studio or were you, chilling in the car?
no, so it was actually home. And it was after Daniel did the mural.
Oh, word.
Yeah, and I was like, okay. When I asked him, like, what was, his reason, and he gave me a beautiful answer, I was like, okay, then no, I have to continue going. Like, there's no stopping now. It's got to move forward. So that was really inspiring, especially from an artist to an artist. Like, that was beautiful.
Yeah, that's amazing. Is there, have you had any, like, trouble coming up as far as being an artist, working with musicians or learning the business or any
So
just...
that's a good question.
Thank you. I'm doing good.
Amazing. So I just came back from Mexico City
Oh, word.
like 2 days ago. And I am now officially going to get my degree in music business.
Yo,
Yes.
congratulations.
Thank you, because I also want to educate the future. And I also want to know what I'm getting myself into.
For sure.
So I feel like when you get and you figure out what you want to do, educate yourself in that area. Because no one's going to see you like a fool, honey. So I am now enrolled. So this coming years, I'll be, I have my degree in music business. But the school is one of the best ones internationally. So when I enrolled into the classroom, I knew that it was an investment into my career because not only am I a musician and a singer, but I'm also the one that's hiring the musicians to work on the project and the contract. So because of all of that, I have to know what I'm getting myself into, especially as a
Absolutely.
woman. I feel like as a woman, our biggest weapon is being educated because no one can take that away.
Absolutely. And you don't want people, like you're saying, you don't want to be taken advantage of. And when you lay your roots in your own foundation, no one can tear it down for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Congratulations,
Thank
my
you.
dude. Out here doing that thing.
It's been hard, because I do like 99.9 of the work. I don't have a management. I am management right now. But I will find my amazing manager. But for right now, it's me. So, doing all these things, it just pushes me to just be knowledgeable. And like you said, yeah, don't want nobody taking advantage. So when these contracts are in, I revise them with the lawyer. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's awesome. I also saw on your Instagram that you were hanging out with the Black Eyed Peas. Like, what was that about? Like, how you pull that?
So in Mexico City, um, the Black Eyed Peas are actually, shout out to my mentor. My mentor, his name's Books the Beast, and he's also been Kanye West collaborator for the 25 years. And because of that, I got connected to the Black Eyed Peas, and they're like family. And I get a call from one of the main guys from the Black Eyed Peas, and he's like, "Hey, Muriel, we would have loved to have you here, and we want you to see a glimpse of your future." And I was like, "Are you serious?" So when I walk in the stage, and there's 50,000 people in the audience. And I'm like, oh my God. And, I'm starting to vlog my journey because I want everybody to feel part of my journey, especially from Dallas. So I carry my camera everywhere. And I'm recording this beautiful set of 50,000 people. And I kid you not, when I closed my eyes, I saw myself performing on that stage. So it was beautiful. They treated me with so much respect. So just seeing from 2020 to 2023 the growth and where my faith is, I have no doubt.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yo, do you still get nervous, like in front of crowds? Like, it doesn't even have to be a big crowd. Do you still get that little bit of
When I
anxiety?
when I sing, I feel so confident. I feel like can't nobody tell me nothing. But when I'm talking like this, I get nervous. Just being honest.
No, that's dope. Is there any dream collaborations you have in mind that people you want to work with?
Definitely the Black Eyed Peas because they're so supportive of Latin artists. And that's one. And honestly, would love to collaborate with more female artists. But I have a whole list.
Who would that be? The female artist.
So I don't know if you're aware, but right now, Spanish music, Latin music is #1 on the Billboard charts.
I might know a little bit of something about that.
So there's this artist named Peso Pluma. I would love a collaboration with him. Yeah, I was in LA recording my Spanish record 3 weeks ago, and the guy that recorded my record, his name's Bobby Castro, also worked with the legendary Jenny Rivera, and he just got her a Grammy this in 2022 with her daughter. So I met him. I don't know if you guys know, but I also was part of the Latin Grammys in November. So I was just talking, networking, and I meet this person, and now we're working together. So when I'm in the studio, this guy, Peso Pluma, is on the right-hand side recording, and I'm like, there's no doubt.
Yo, So did you go up and talk to him?
Yeah, we talked. Obviously, like as artists, when we're recording, we don't really like the cameras, like because it's very intimate and exclusive. But when I had the opportunity to talk to him, very nice guy. Yeah, very cool.
So we got some plans in the work for the future.
In the future, and I was like, I'm manifesting, honey.
Absolutely. What advice do you have for young, up and coming female artists like yourself, like the Oak Cliff princesses of the future?
I love them. I love them. The main advice I would give, don't stop believing despite the obstacles of life because we all go through things. But it only takes one brave person to be like, that doesn't define me, and I'm gonna go after my dream. And when you do that, just educate yourself. Try to reach me, I'll be there to help. I really feel like my career is going to help other females. I'm actually already thinking about building a studio in Dallas
Word.
for other upcoming artists and just people who really want to work, musicians too, producers. But my main advice would be that don't stop believing. And if you have faith, please have faith within yourself at 100%.
Absolutely. Was there any influential people when you were coming up, like starting off 2020 on to 2023?
Honestly, I'm a student. I love studying people. I love studying life. But one of the main people that I admire is my mentor. This is Kanye's, like I said, collaborator slash PR, best friend. But this is one of the most, oh my God, disciplined person I've ever met in my life. From 5 a.m. already on calls, conference calls with all the artists, like Chloe Bailey, now myself, so many artists he's working with. But the main thing that I was inspired was his drive. And he told me, you can be as talented as you are, but if you don't have the drive, it's not gonna work.
Absolutely.
So that's definitely one of the main persons I admire.
Absolutely. And that's true. Because you can definitely have all the talent in the world. As a curator myself, I've met several different artists and they're extremely talented, but they don't have the drive to go that extra mile and push forward and just really be about it. But I mean, that's okay too, because sometimes people just create for themselves.
Yeah.
And that's all right. I guess you ain't got to share with nobody.
It's all right. There's different art. There's performers. There's Frank Ocean. He loves to just be in the studio, leave him alone, play his records. But amazing artist. So it just depends. But I'm a very driven person and very teachable, and I feel like that's what's opened doors in my career.
Are you inspired by other genres of music at all?
Yes, Indian music.
Oh.
I love listening to their instruments, and I'm starting to think, how can I incorporate their instruments into the Latin? Other sounds create hits because you combine them. So right now on my Spanish album, I'm listening to music from France, music from all kinds. Honestly, listening to other music has expanded my ear.
Are y'all using a lot of live instruments during your recordings when you're producing music?
Yes, so for my project in Mexico City, we actually have musicians coming in. It's all gonna be live. There's like no practice, no, live. Whatever comes out organically is what will be. So that's beautiful because we're not doing it through the computer. We're doing it like live, and we're gonna all work together. And it's when I'm in the studio, it's a beautiful thing because you're literally about to transmute what you're going through live into a melody that people are gonna relate to.
Absolutely.
So for me to record in Mexico, it's amazing because I'll be recording inside of Joan Sebastian's studio, which is like a huge legend in Mexico and Central America. So that's really cool because, like I said, everything's gonna be acoustic, live, and to me, that's what I want.
Was that your first time in Mexico, or like were you going back?
With my passport, yes. With my passport, yeah. Mexico City, yes. And honestly, for my first time, amazing. The Black Eyed Peas, my project, me being in school, it was beautiful. I love Mexico. Check it out.
I've always wanted to go. I'm doing some stuff with a homie of mine, like with Oaxaca, mezcal, and it's really amazing. And I have friends who live out there, and I've seen like photos and videos, and it looks beautiful.
It's so beautiful. It's like you get to see the culture in Mexico, and I needed that. And I need that because I need to connect with my roots.
Word.
You know, my family's Mexican French.
Absolutely.
So I need to resonate. And me being there, honestly, I got so inspired at 100%.
Absolutely. All right, last question. How does your family feel about your journey?
My family? My mom's like, you ain't stopping, child. You got to go. They're very happy. My siblings are very happy. My younger brother's like, you can't stop, sister. Like, this is where you have to go. You represent all of us. And I think that this is just the beginning. So all of that really is my intimate family, which is my mother, my siblings. That's my family. As far as my family, they don't really believe. They don't see the vision. They think this is a waste of time. But as far as my intimate, my backbone, my brothers and my mother and my child, they all believe.
Yo, absolutely. And it's not a waste of time. You making it happen. Yo, give it up for the Oak Cliff Princess, y'all.
Thank you.
Yo, good to meet you formally.
Thank you. I know. Thank you guys so much. Please keep believing, and please know that anything is possible. Thank you.
Yo, give me your handle real quick. Your Instagram, website. Where can they find you? Where can people hear your music?
Yes, you guys can find me on Apple Music, Muriel with a capital L, on Instagram at MURIE number 1L.
Thank you. Yo,
Thank
thanks
you.
for coming out. Absolutely. We're giving it back to Diego and DJ Etielnos.
Y'all give it up for Mira. Give it up for her. Give it up for her, everybody. Y'all give it up for her. That was an awesome interview right there. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Where's my raza at? Hey, sola.
Hey.
Sola. 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 One more time. Round of applause. One more time for the Oak Cliff Princess herself.